all the indicators just perfectly showing us. We're risking just a little bit and we are just unlucky. Got it as a prop.
Hi guys, my name is Anna and I am a trader in binary options, and I want to tell you one good news. I have free Telegram channels, absolutely free, where I post signals and we can actually trade together. I'm just welcoming all of you who are into it or interested to just follow my links and find my Telegram channels to trade together.
Hi guys, welcome you back, and just the Pocket Option platform, trading, testing, having and creating, just our own opinions on all strategies that we are actually using. I've been also thinking maybe to make some video where I'm gonna be just using all the strategies that I found in some article books or some blogs, and use it and test it and show it to you. So maybe I'm gonna make it. If that's interested, you can actually type it down, and today we're just gonna try this one. And guys, just starting that as always, been a little bit formal today. Let's just have a mood. And if you're gonna be asking what's the occasion, you need to know that actually underneath that table, me just in the kind of hip hop jeans, and sorry, just making all of that all of the time and repeating with the hand what I'm actually doing, all of that. And here we are with the all indicators just right here, changing the period, and that's it. And I'm in sneakers, what I've been actually trying to tell you. So just in the upper part, me being so formal, and the downward part, me being like a teenager. And CCI just also be the 7 is a period, just as always for that. Just changing all thickness styles and stuff. Rate of change, of course, is gonna be 7 too. And this is a little bit look-alike strategy because I've been actually used something quite familiar, maybe not that long time ago. So actually compare what we are gonna be using and look at that chart of the CCI in rate of change and the lines of it, how actually it's a little bit kind of different. So CCI located just in the lower part and the rate of change in the highest part. And let's start it out. Let's test it out, just as always. And here we are. Of course, what we need to know about the rate of change, that it's actually showing us the chances and chances over changes. Just checking what I've been doing, checking what we are actually seeing. Envelopes right here, surprisingly not a line but a quite channel, and what we are gonna see just right here, all indicators showing us we're gonna get downward. With the envelopes, actually this line we can read right here, and also showing us we're gonna get downward. And I mean, the only risk that we are having, because we just entered at the beginning of the trend, that this trend may not be long, just because look at that, the chart is flat. Yep, we can see it's tiny, but the downward tendency. But when it's high fluctuations, high volatility, frequently fluctuations and high volatility situations, we're risking just a little bit. But we get lucky. This downward trend started to be a little bit longer. Look at that, how actually we've been risking, how actually we've been actually lucky. And right here, still, I would say all indicators showing us we're gonna get downward by the time that actually I've changed the sum I'm gonna invest in. All indicators started to show us we're gonna get upward. And I would say this is not the perfect readable strategy. This is just the strategy, and you need to know all these advantages from it. The only thing the only thing. I made my bet, and I made it just a little bit in advance that actually that trend happened, because I've been still thinking it's gonna be, the changes. Why I've been thinking that? With the CCI, you may see there were some signs that we were just at the bottom. And anyway, if you look at the chart, you look the tiny tendency of getting upward, and that's what important, because candles are candles. But first, even without any indicators, you look at the chart and you catch the tendency just out of the chart. I think moving average is a perfect indicator for that, because you can see just all the massive line, of what's going on the chart. And envelopes in that case a little bit familiar, but reacting on the candles as a moving average also it's quite sensitive on that. So just see the whole picture, that's important. Again and again, look at that. Here is some signs we gotta get downward, and we just entered at the beginning of that trend. But guys, look at the whole chart. We are trying to get upward, and that's what important. Just don't be misguided by the candles. Don't be misguided by that two indicators that quite sensitive to the candles, and that's what important. This strategy, not a perfect one, just because we don't have any indicators as MACD, stochastic oscillator, or some oscillator. Some indicators that can predict and can give us massive picture of what's gonna be in a minute, in 5 minutes, maybe even for the longer terms. All these indicators are for candles. And here, when you trade, actually, you're in a position. So your own thinking, your own intuition, and indicators. Of course, when this upward tendency just started and candles appeared, all the indicators just perfectly showing us, hey guys, we're getting upward. But at the moment when we're making decision, that was actually quite the opposite. And here, just the situation where we actually follow the indicator signs, because I do think out of all chart, we gotta get downward. And of course, guys, even if it's gonna be a 1 minute, 2 minutes ago, we may actually made this downward bet and just had these green candles. Because candles not a tendencies, and candles quite important in tiny strategies. Of course, I know some guys who trade 5 seconds, 30 seconds. For me, it's a little bit extra. It's a little bit complicated. In some cases where you can see clear tendency, that's nice. That's clear profits for sure. But even 1 minute, that's lots of things that happening inside of that 1 minute. So massive tendency is the thing that we need to read. And here, that was working. And that is just working now, because CCI rate of change showing us we're gonna get upward, but envelope still showing us we downward, just because it's kind of moving average and that. So showing us just the chart. I got a feeling that out of that strategy, and plus, and maybe especially after my explanations, it's just a disaster in all of that explaining. I know that. I feel that. But look at that. Here we had the tendency of getting downward. That for sure, all I've been telling you that before. Yep, you read the tendency, but look at that. Here, all two indicators located in the lower part, and that's important. So we are at the bottom, because in many cases before, some indicators we were getting downward and they had space to go more downward. We are at the bottom now. And you may see that from this bottom, they want to break back. And these indicators, CCI and rate of change, sometimes reacting too much. So you see this long line getting upward, but actually that's just the tiny movement on the chart. And that's the thing you need to read about. That's the thing you need to know about that indicators. And we are just unlucky, got it as a profits. We're just unlucky that two of that indicators had the same problems. This is the disadvantages of that strategy. But I had lots of recommendations from people who are just helping me to promote my YouTube videos, that you need to type it down and just, in the name of this video, it's perfect strategy. But guys, inside of this video, all the time. I'm telling you all the truth that I actually think and that I actually show you on that strategy. Guys, we are done. Mixed feelings, but the positive results, of course, because I've been handling and I've been practicing a lot just to even have these five profitable bets that I actually been preparing to these videos. So if you had some different results, just don't be that upset just because it's the big work behind that. So if you're gonna test that type of strategies, please just do not invest lots of money. Try even with the $1. It's gonna be perfect because you are just testing it, and lots of disadvantages can give you lots of losses also.